Hey everyone! So one question I continually get from the viewers is, how the hell do I get my video to look so good? And while I use the Sony a7S to shoot with, the other half of the equation is great light. And it really doesn't matter what kind of camera or lens you use, because if you have bad light, your image will look bad. So I'm a big fan of Peter Hurley's work. He's one of the top headshot photographers in the world, and he's developed his own lighting style using KinoFlow lights. And KinoFlows used to be outrageously expensive, and they're still going for around 800 bucks each. They've got some cheaper models, but you still have to buy ballasts, but I've come up with a far cheaper solution. Now, I've seen a bunch of different ways to build these things, but honestly, the simplest, cheapest way to get is just to get a few shop lights. They've already got the switches and ballasts built in, so there is minimal dicking around, and you can pick them up for as little as 12 bucks each at Lowe's. Make sure to get the T8s, not the T12 version. T12 is an older design that has still got flicker issues. The T8s are smaller and work better for our purposes. I've got a couple of recommendations in the description below where you can find them on Amazon and everything else I list. The older versions of these used to be horrible for video as they'd flicker and have an awful green color cast to them. Skin tones were absolutely wretched. But this is 2016 and the technology has come a long way. Now, you're probably going to be tempted to buy the bulbs for these things at your local big box retailer, and the trick is, don't. Remember that horrible green color cast I was talking about? Well, most of the fluorescent bulbs out there still have it, and this is really the key to making these things look good. Now, the single most important number you can read on the box of the bulb is not the color temperature, it's the color rendering index, or CRI for short. This means how evenly the colors are distributed throughout the spectrum. I still like to shoot daylight, by the way, but the CRI is the number that's very important. See, the sun is rated at 100 and incandescents are at like 98, 99. The average garden variety fluorescent is rated at about the mid-70s, giving us that wonderful, horrible green skin tone. Most of the cheap lighting kits you're going to find on eBay that use compact fluorescent bulbs have terrible color rendering as well, and you really can't fix that shit in post. Not in any kind of timely fashion, anyway. Now, fortunately, high CRI T8 bulbs are available if you know where to look. Most big box retailers just don't stock them in any sort of quantity, not on my searches anyway. And after doing a lot of homework, I found a good source for them on Amazon. They're rated at about 98 CRI, and go for about 10 bucks each and will last you for years. So a set of 4 will cost you 40 bucks, and a pair of the cheapest shop lights will cost you 24. So for 52 bucks, you've got a great set of lights that will look amazing. All I do is attach a mini ball head with a lock washer, and it's adjustable as well. The ones I use screw into the top of my light stands. You can drill holes into the side of the metal, just not through the internal wiring, and you can run tie wraps through them as well, so you can suspend them from hooks. Remember, these are shop lights and they're meant to take a beating, and they can be hanged just about anywhere, and they're very light. Now, the reason they look so good is because the light source is so big. These are 4-foot lights. The shadows they produce are extremely soft, and I can't say I've ever shot anything that looked bad with them. Not only do I use these lights on my show, I use them on music videos, and hell, we even screwed them right into the stage for the Tortured Saint video. We had a ton of people at that shoot, and we only wound up breaking one bulb. Yep, you guessed it, the bass player stood on it. Anyway, yeah, I use these on videos and on still shoots as well. Like I said, I'm a fan of Peter Hurley and I enjoy shooting headshots. These bulbs really soften up the skin and they're very difficult to make look bad. The only thing to remember about these is to let them warm up for about 5 to 10 minutes before you're shooting so the colors even out. So there you go, that's a very simple solution to a very common problem that's not going to cost you a lot of money. Just remember to get the right bulbs with the high CRI rating. And you can put these anywhere, just be sure not to drop them.